my God, thank you. That sucks.
Bell Hooks was a part of the feminist movement born on September 25, 1952, with a birth name Gloria Watkins. Bell Hooks grew up in a small town named Hawkins, Kentucky, facing segregation in her daily life.
She grew up with 6 siblings, 5 sisters, and 1 brother. Her mother was a maid and her father was a janitor.
She attended Stanford University, then got a master's degree at University of Wisconsin-Madison. She wrote books that combined race, gender, and class issues. Her book, Talking Back, Thinking Feminist, Thinking Black, was published in 1989, and her book, Ain't I a Woman, Black and Feminist, was published in 1981 at the age of 19. She has published more than 30 books and articles. In 1988, she joined the faculty at Oberlin College in Ohio, where she would teach in women's studies, a program that now offered the critique of racism that was absent during her undergrad years.
Bell Hooks, rather than studying Catholicism or Christianity, rather focused in on Buddhist Christianity. Bell Hooks got into this because she had an immense love for beat poetry. She specifically followed the poets Jack Kerouac and Gary Snyder. Bell Hooks, writer, professor, and social critic, has brought forth together a gender and race revolution into one, bringing forth controversial ideals mentioned in her many excerpts that follow.
Feminist politics aim to end domination, to free us to be who we are, to live lives where we can love justice, where we can live in peace. Feminism is for everyone.
Oftentimes, feminism is confused to be something that only benefits women. However, Bell Hooks makes it clear here that men can gain from equal rights too. We can all be ourselves completely without obstacles like gender expectations and roles. And this newfound freedom will create peace for everyone, not just women.
Usually, adult males who are unable to make emotional connections with the woman they choose to be intimate with are frozen in time, unable to allow themselves to love for fear that the loved one will abandon them. If the first woman they passionately loved, the mother, was not true to their bond of love, how can they trust that their partner will be true to love? Often in their adult relationships, these men act out again and again to test their partner's love, while the rejected adolescent boy imagines that he can no longer receive his mother's love because he is not worthy. As a grown man, he may act out in ways that are unworthy and yet demand of the woman in his life that she offer unconditional love. This testing does not heal the wound of the past, it merely reenacts it. For ultimately, the woman will become weary of being tested and end the relationship, thus reenacting the abandonment. This drama confirms for many men that they cannot put their trust in love. They decide that it is better to put their faith in being powerful and being dominant.
Men have a hard time trusting women and trusting that they will be there to love them. This issue can be seen back to their childhood and how their mother loved them. Was she loving? Did she care about him? Was she there when he needed her? If the answer to any of these is no, then a man will have issues trusting and loving a woman. When a woman is then trying to love the said man and he doesn't reciprocate because of the feelings he has had from his mother, it then hurts the woman, making her think that she is not worthy of love, when in reality that is not the case. The male just doesn't know how to love because his mother didn't show him. So as a woman, if we love our children and show them that they are cared about and worthy, they will reciprocate their love in their adult lives, resulting in better loving relationships.
Born and raised in the ghetto. This is where I'm from. You know, all I knew was poverty. But at the same time, there's this anecdote in the book where my mother and I encounter an older white woman when we're out, and I noticed that my mother's entire demeanor changes. She goes from, you know, this strong black woman to basically bowing down to this white woman. You know, and so it's like this duality, this schizophrenia, and I'm looking at this, and then the white sister said something to the effect that I was a cute little boy, and when she walked away, my mother said to me, if the white person says that, then it must be true.
Well, they certainly don't want to talk about gender. And whether we're talking Cornel West, or who is my bud and who has my heart, but I'm always on him about giving some loose lip service to gender, you know, but not really going down in the critique of patriarchy. So that I think that is wounding to us. I want to say, I never want people to think that we're in any way trying to suggest that black men are more patriarchal than other groups of men. Racist cruelty likes to take place best in secrecy, so that the things people will say to you or do to you, and that, I mean, black women have to, and all women have to say, I don't think we should do things alone. I think think we should just be like black men. Let's learn some survival strategies from black men. Run in packs. You know, I go to the doctor with another woman because I've seen what the white medical establishment has done to the bodies of black women. And I can tell you, I even go with my friend Jane, who's a white woman, but the doctors get very angry because you brought somebody to be a witness, and their power is immediately diffused because everything is not taking place in secret.